everybody, I'm in St. Louis at Gateway Arch National Park to learn about American Western expansion. Standing on the banks of the Mississippi River and spanning 630 feet into the sky, St. Louis's Gateway Arch is an imposing sight. Known as the Gateway of the West, the arch symbolizes St. Louis's important role in American Western expansion. Located just south of the confluence of the Missouri and Mississippi rivers, the area has been occupied for centuries by various indigenous cultures, including the mound-building Mississippian culture. In 1673, the first French explorers came to the area and claimed the entire Mississippi Valley for France. Yet it wasn't until 1764 that a settlement was built for the French fur trade. Over the following decades, the settlement grew, while the nations controlling St. Louis seemed to be always in flux. First the French, then the Spanish, then the French briefly again, until finally the United States with the Louisiana Purchase in 1803. It was then that St. Louis became the foundation for American Western expansion, starting with the Lewis and Clark expedition in 1804. American settlers soon followed in waves, first along the Oregon Trail, followed by the Army, who used Jefferson Barracks south of St. Louis as a staging ground for the invasion of the Mexican-held West, and finally by the 49ers, who passed through the Gateway to the west on their way to strike it rich in the California gold mines. It could be argued that for the United States, Manifest Destiny truly started in St. Louis. Yet the city itself grew to become the most important inland port on the Mississippi, especially after the invention of the steamboat. Starting with furs and animal hides acquired by the mountain men and trappers to the west, its location on the Mississippi and Missouri rivers allowed the town to grow into a major trading center for agricultural products and livestock, along with manufactured goods. The riverbank that the Gateway Arch stands on today would have been occupied by warehouses and dozens of steamboats loading and unloading their cargo well into the 19th century. In an effort to honor this past, the Jefferson National Expansion Memorial Association held a competition in the 1940s to come up with a design for an appropriate monument to Thomas Jefferson's vision of a continental nation. Architect Eero Saarinen, who was born in Finland but raised in the United States, submitted an equilateral triangle-shaped arch with a stainless steel exterior. His design won the competition in 1948, but it would take another 13 years of work for the project to start construction. After many delays, the arch was finally completed on October 28, 1965. The arch's famous elevator tramp, which would take visitors to the observation deck, didn't open until 2 years later. Underneath the arch is a visitor center, which includes the Museum of Western Expansion, honoring the original vision of the monument and St. Louis's rich historical history. Today, over 2 million people visit the Gateway Arch a year. Not only has it become a symbol of St. Louis, but it's one of the most recognizable landmarks in the United States, right up there with the Statue of Liberty and Mount Rushmore. So come see the arch and learn how St. Louis was the gateway to the West.